Can I ask what kind of music do you all listen to? Or is that too personal? Okay, wait. Let's start with here. Music, what type of music do you listen to music? Does that completely affect how that music makes you feel? Probably yes. I know for me it does. For me, Fix You by Coldplay gets me different depending on where I was. On the stairmaster at the gym, I'd be like, try your best, but you don't succeed. Yes, that's me overthinking each one of my life choices, but still climbing on to that step. That same song on a long drive, however, feels like that heartbreak with a boyfriend I never had. With the tears starts streaming down your face. Different times of the day completely change how music makes me feel. Today, there's gonna be a lot of music ahead of this talk. My advice, let us speak tea. But before that, just a little bit about myself so that we can be say. I'm not a trained pianist or a guitarist, just a summer learner I would call myself. But music goes beyond any skill. I know, like most people here, my bathroom singing is gonna get me a Grammy one day. I love music. I love what it does to me, the power it holds, the stories it can tell, and the moods it can control. So today, I wanted to experience music, to feel what it's saying. Because when we really listen to it, it becomes much more than just sound. It becomes a story woven with it. Some that we inherit and some that we make on our own. Starting with the Baroque era, music was grand, structured, like the pen to impress something greater than us. Then came the classical era, where clarity and balance took over. The romantic era cracked the door open. Music became extremely raw, deeply personal, and extremely passionate. And Impressionism? Well, it blurred the lines completely. Debussy and Ravel, they didn't just write poems, they wrote sensations. See, music is timeless. Its undertones in the past are still relevant today. It goes to show that music is a vessel carrying our emotions, our stories, and our memories across centuries. And now, I want you to listen to this piece. I want you all to close your eyes because the experience it becomes 100 times better. I love this piece. I first heard it last year and I instantly fell in love with this piece. The music, it feels heavy, like it's holding on to something you can't let go of. The notes, they linger, as if they're trying to say goodbye to something they've lost, carrying the weight of something undeserved. And then you hear the story behind it. It follows the tale of two sisters, a movie in which Sumi, a character, returns home to her mother's death. What seems like a supernatural story turns into something far more tragic. The truth actually is heartbreaking. Sumi's sister had been dead all along, and all of her supernatural instances were her way of dealing with that pain. The notes, they depict that guilt and grief. Now that you know that, the music suddenly makes sense. You can hear the sadness, the longingness, and the farewell to innocence. This piece was about Sui, but I'm sure we must have found a way to relate it to ourselves, our lives, our memories, whether it's porno, lover, or a kind of me. See, that's the thing about music. With its storytelling comes its power of relatability. We all tend to attach ourselves to that one song that leads a certain moment in our lives. And snap, the minute we play it, we back really good to that movie. When I'm low, I play that one happy song, and the minute I play it, I'm back living that happy day. Music brings back experiences. It can make you live through the past while still being in the present. And how does it do that? Musicians call it narrative dimension or imagination that cannot be written in words alone. You get in rhythm, melody, harmony, and composition, and there you have it. Your visual reality is etched in your mind, attached to the piece moved by you. Why is it if you play the same song for different people and ask for emotional effect they had on them, you'll probably hear a different answer. Why is it that if you play the same song but on a different instrument, even the same person would give you a different emotional connotation? If the same song is played a key up or a key down, that emotional effect would again be very different. It's because of the abstractness of meaning. Your experiences, your passion, and your memories reflect the way you perceive music. Why is it that the same chord on a guitar sounds different from piano? It's called timbre or tone point. It brings out that certain mood, that different atmosphere for you to feel the way you're feeling. So now I want to know how you feel listening to this. How many of you think this is happy? So okay, now this. Hmm. How many of you think this is sad? What do you feel now that they play together? Uh, doesn't the mood feel like it's changing from sad to hopeful? But that's the power. Changing a progression from a major chord to a minor chord can change the entire emotional feel of it. You can feel the mood changing from sad to hopeful, and when played in reverse, you can feel that difference again. So, music is a medley of rhythm, harmony, composition, and what's most important is it's a puppetry but with invisible sticks, where each gentle tab or slack gives rise to a completely different soul starting emotion. And that gentle tug or slack changes the entire perception for the listener. Music is about storytelling, and what's most fascinating is there's never just one. Every note has a thousand meanings, but and every listener finds a different one. Thank you.